Welcome in, everyone. We're back with Sultan's Game by Double Cross and 2P. What is it? 2P Games is the publisher. So far, we've been enjoying ourselves here, and as you can see, an update has been pushed through since last week, and we've got a new menu screen going on here. The notification bell is still here. This is still their general message. It used to be in the screen itself, but now it's in a handy dandy button. And everything is all shiny and new with all their links. It's pretty. So yes, Double Cross Studios has updated and they've made fixes. They've been doing fixes since they got back from their holiday, like a couple weeks ago, last week, something like that. And so we shall continue on in our game because as far as I know, none of these updates have broken my save. Ah, here we are with far too much shit to do and not enough people to do it in. Or with, or whatever. We have yet to end the day and see how all of what we did yesterday, or I should say last Thursday, rolls out. So we're not making decisions right now. We're just going to end the day, see what freaking happens, and go from there and hope nothing bad happens to us. But as an overview, this is all the stuff that we currently have. Not all the people, those guys are everywhere. This is the stuff we have. So we have some amount of gold and our horse. We've got all of this intel, a lot of it, which is getting into more upgraded states. Here are our items and books. As you can see, we have some amount of items, but mostly books in here. And then this is all of our sort of miscellaneous stuff, of which we have 2 senses of happiness. We've got some evidence that will definitely work against us. We have a conviction here that we're not really dealing with because we prefer divine touch. And rhythms of change is... It's technically similar to the intelligence up here in that it gives buffs. But it's powerful, so I've moved it into a section. So that is where we stand in that. I've got people all over the place. Basically, everything that has one of these little circles with a portrait or a person with a question mark on it is a person. This person is not ours, but she's here at the House of Delights. Everybody else generally is. We've got some things going on over here. Things that we need to keep in mind. The Sultan's prank. We have 7 days to decide what card to use on this man. And, 7 days to deal with that. But we're about to deal with a card as well. Yeah. There are also people in prison that we still need to manage if we can. And our observatory will give us something after a bit. So here we go. Van, I adore you. Welcome in. Dragon, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you. Yeah, no worries, Winter Fairy. 3-year-olds, when they get hungry, they do not say, they do not allow you to go, hold on a minute. And I saw you in here, PP. Thank you for joining us. All right, let's see what becomes of the day. Going to the bathhouse first. So we need 1 success to get information. The more successes we have, the better the information we get. Ooh, 6 successes out of 7? Nice. So we're gonna hear about some stuff. We got silver intuition. Beautiful. We also found out something that needs our attention, but the stairs freak us out. They do what they do. So Faraj comes back with silver intuition. All right, the gold bird. We are finally dealing with the gold frickin' bird. No matter how much you regret it, once the Sultan said it, you had no choice but to buy that damned mechanical bird out of your own pocket. You reluctantly handed over the money while cursing the greedy inventor and the onlooking Sultan in your heart. Thank heavens you didn't go bankrupt. You squeezed out a few tears to ask the Sultan to let you break an extravagance card for it, but the Sultan looked at you mockingly and say, "Didn't you yourself say it was worth its weight in gold?" You truly have no one to blame but your own rash words. Anyone can see that the bird is not worth that much. Even if it can tell time, fly, and groom its feathers, any rooster on the street can do that. Now you've really lost a lot. The tears flowing from your eyes became genuine. Your sorrowful appearance amused the Sultan. After having had enough fun, he finally let you go. That's what he wanted. Sultan wanted our tears, you guys. He wanted his entertainment. And he got it, too. Didn't he? Whew. The gold bird is ours. The celestial globe rolled slowly, and on a light sheet of copper with steel needles and rollers indicate shapes were embossed, ones of what might be the traces of truth or the trajectories of destiny. Record complete. The Aether Balancer of the celestial globe will automatically synchronize the most noteworthy celestial phenomenon. This means the star formations that are most strongly influence magic and fate are also the ones easiest to observe. We got malefic flares. Ooh. So how do we deal with Adilla, who challenged us? You guys, who challenged us. The victor has the right to do as they please with the loser. Such is the warrior's code of honor. But we generously gift her the white rhino skin. What is the meaning of this? She stares at you, startled, unwilling to accept. You insist. Forget about the bet, Adilla. We are friends, aren't we? Giving a gift to a friend requires no reason. Besides, its color matches your sword. Let it accompany you in war. I think that's a much better fate for it than to gather dust in my warehouse. Adilla's eyes sparkle. She solemnly accepts the rhino hide, then bows to you. Please allow me to follow you, Arzu. Let this sword belong to both of us, she proclaims, reintroducing herself. My name is Adilla. I am a warrior. You will need me. So, not only did we lose the white rhino skin, but she has upgraded her sword in the process of things. We have gotten a follower. I believe I noticed that she lost her, oh, I've forgotten the terminology. She no longer will speak against us in court, but instead will speak in our favor. So we got her support there. Feeding the fierce lion. This is being an extravagance, and unfortunately it grows stronger by the day. That's gonna bite us in the ass at some point. Alright, let's see how much money we make at our house. Max result. Nice. I mean, not max success, just max result. We can only ever get a total of 5. But that's okay. We're still very obsessed with our Sultan cards, though. Ooh, what's going on in the palace? And we got some inside information from the palace. The Sultan is gaining in weariness from all the court intrigues. But we did not actually show up or send anyone because we were busy all over the place. Nabani is still out and about, playing around. Only beauties or fine liquor can motivate him, but only for a short while. So he's back only because we sent our wife. What's going on at the bookstore? We bought a book. Computations and squares and circles. Nice. So let's see if we can't do things. Nope. We definitely did not succeed that. We needed at least 2 from our servant to do anything at all, and it did not work, so... Oh, wait, no, we did get the support. Well, that worked out. Emaine is more supportive of us. Good. Good. Ooh, a noteworthy event. Hey, dragon. I heart you too. Serious heart hands. A lavishly dressed man suddenly appears at your door, gesturing to indicate he was an exiled foreign prince and hoping for your support to return home, promising a reward afterwards. Whether or not there would be a reward, you knew there was definitely a trick. So, do we expose him for whatever fraud he thinks he's trying to be? Do we dog-eat-dog him, where I think it's more testing each other, but I can't be entirely sure. Or do we use him for our own gain? Because clearly he's up to shit, and we can play, and 2 can play at that game. What do we think, chat? I like to hear your thoughts. I know that I am a lurk-friendly stream, and so sharing your thoughts on any question I pose is absolutely optional. You can ignore me if all you like. Especially since I know that some of you are streaming yourself today. But if you would like, you are welcome to weigh in on what I should do with this lavishly dressed man who is claiming to be an exiled foreign prince, wanting to go home. How he is so lavishly dressed when he is so far from home. Use him? Well, my first thought was to ask whether he was a Nigerian prince, but exposing him might be a good move, assuming he is truly a fake. I mean, this is in fantasy Middle Eastern Sultan lands, so he could be a Nigerian prince. He absolutely could. It's close enough. Sort of. I mean, it's a long travel by the abilities and the means of travel for this fantasy-styled era, because this is not based off of real life. This is a stylized sort of 1001 Arabian Nights storytelling fantasy thing. But yeah, we could definitely expose him or use him. Nobody wants to dog eat dog, so how righteous do we want to be? That is a question. Dragon. You're not helping. At this point, I'm gonna demand that somebody use channel points to sort this. Would dog eat dog even... What would dog eat dog even be? Pretend to be one too? Mug him? I don't know, Trav. I mean, there's only one way to find out, is click. I mean, I suppose somebody could, like, search up the event and see what the outcomes actually are in a wiki somewhere, but honestly, it's just more fun to click the buttons, you know? That's the whole point of the game. Yes, Dragon, you like chaos, but be helpful, chaos, to dear poor, you know, put upon me who has to poke the buttons for you guys. You know how much I hate making decisions. Come on, Dragon, be nice. Well, somebody roll in chat. Exclamation mark roll. Ooh, never mind. Trav has decided to become ruler of the vote. All right. Trav wants to expose him, so here we go. You ruthlessly expose his identity, clearly not a foreign prince. From countless details, you could tell he had nothing to do with nobility, just a clown pretending. Lucky for him, he met you today, otherwise he might have been beaten up. The obviously flawed con man begged for mercy, promising never to do it again. We gained +1 renown and +1 notoriety. He should have learned better. Hey, you can roll if you want to, Dragon. The command is always there. Oh, you said use him? No, then my apologies. We cannot go back now. You originally said expose, and then you changed your mind. My apologies, Trav. We're in it now, but it doesn't matter. You did get a 14. 14 on what kind of check, Dragon, and then I'll tell you what happens. You know enough about D&D to figure out the skills list. Due to your reputation, some notorious criminals chose to take refuge with you. You acknowledged their skills and gladly accepted their refuge. We have a follower and some evidence. We're gonna have to be very careful. The evidence is building up. Yikes. Alright, let's let this sort things out. Fatuna wants to talk to us. We got events happening. Oh, he's back. Mother Fluxer. And there's gang conflict. Oh geez, so much happening. Barja also wants to talk to us. Jeez Louise, we can't be in 5 places at once. Alright, what card do we get this time? Silver Conquest? Yeah, I don't have a redraw. Silver Conquest? That's gonna be problematic. Okay. Malefic Flares can come down here. What does it do? Combat 5. Ooh, that could be useful. We might have to use that, actually. Golden Bird, what do you do? Charisma 8. Treasure? Okay. This book... You need 3 wisdom to read it, but I'll give you 2 wisdom. Okay. Let's put the book away. This is also an item. Or treasure, really. Intuition comes down here. And that leaves us with only the things I want in that row. So let's get everything sorted. Cool. We have many hands. And too much shit going on. Okay. You have to, like, zoom in and out of the map just so that all of the events that pop up on it will, like, be readable. Especially after they've gotten new ones. So, we have the Sultan's Prank. It will allow, it doesn't matter what kind of card we use, just so long as we use a card. Conquest will work here, so long as we show up in person. Okay. Prison still has people in it. The grand game is afoot. Abdul is the Sultan's advisor. No opposition. So, and Zazie does not care that we exist because she's the Sultan's favorite. We do have 2 pieces of slander here because of this man's and his opposition 3 ass. And he has a bit of advantage as well. So we need to deal with him. We can't get troops, which is a problem. Somebody has to manage the estate today, and we have the observatory, which will just do things. So there's that. This still has a day left before it will do something. Gang conflict is here. Invest in the group you wish, group power you wish. So we have the jackals and the muck crawlers. The jackals are a gang entrenched in the dark alley for years. Their roots run deep. They have a combat of 4, and they are an army. Okay, so we can provide them with stuff, money, or manpower. Rael is a female barbarian warrior. She has the eyes of a jackal prowling the wilderness, filled with unease and peril. No one has ever made her know submission, and no one ever will. She's a Physique 3, Combat 4, Survival 1 stone card, and she is in charge of the muck crawlers. Those gathered under Rael have been long accused to, have long been accustomed, if I can read, to rolling in the mud, struggling for survival. Physique 6, Combat 1, Survival 5. So less combat, but more brute strength. I can provide Rael with materials, gold coins, or manpower. So, they are an army. This is my way into getting an army. Hopefully. What's in the equipment merchants? So, silver bracelet is charisma. The cape of ancient weave is magic. Magic tire. A weapon for combat. A better weapon. Or the best weapon that we can get. Also, let's see. You have just this leather armor, which I am going to pull off of you. Okay. You have a better sword now, which does charisma, combat, and magic for you. Beautiful. So she's pretty awesome. Yeah, her opposition is gone, and she only has support on her now. Her physique and her survival could go up. She's pretty good. Fatuna has quite a bit of support on her. Not a lot of other things, although we did put stuff on her for reasons that I am now going to move around. Come on. Please just get your shit together. Yeah, you're fine. Take that. We do have this rogue that we just picked up. Nice, nice. And we have this outspoken prisoner, which we can't actually give any equipment to. We can give you. Can we give you equipment? Let's find out. No. Does not work. So there's that. Okay. We have 13 coins, so we could definitely get this greatsword if we wanted to. We could get literally all 3 of these and then be broke, but we won't do that. Okay. We have all this stuff over here and this stupid lion, so actually doing that is a requirement. We have a daily upkeep in that stupid lion. Alright, well, see what you want. He wants encouragement. Do we have to do it ourselves? Broad knowledge, splendid appearance, strong arms. He will get upgrades. Broad knowledge will give him more wisdom. Splendid appearance, probably more charisma. Strong arms, probably physique. Some of his charisma is from this accessory, as well as this weapon. Some of his physique is from this attire, as is his combat ability. I think I want to praise his broad knowledge, but again, do I have to do it personally or can my wife do it? It looks like anyone can do it. Oh, it has to be me or my wife, I guess? Okay. We'll have my wife praise his knowledge. With the +6 of being British. I kind of have I mean, I have many books I could give her, but she's currently running my household most of the time. Manpower, why they gotta be so pretty? I don't know. It's just a pretty world. Actually, she can't. She can sit there, but she can't do things. Alright, so we have 3 days to give him that, and I may just need those days. What does she want? Your kindness has become an example for the youth. Fatuna visited with her son Zaki to present you with a gift, and it was to thank you for setting a moral example for her son. He now cares about the lives of the elderly servants at home and takes initiative in asking about the taxes of the estate. I'm so happy and touched, all thanks to you. Okay, so her request was very easy. So that worked out in our favor. Okay. I guess I can do this. That means my wife can do this. Who is going to court today? Neither of these people. You can go to court. That should be fine. 3 fatigue. When he gets to like 7, I think he retires. So we're like halfway through his court being open. I have to be in person for the Sultan's prank, so we can work on that later. I also have to be in person for this, so we'll work on that later. Construct a guest house. We don't have a vacant room or mansion. The construction costs or a stone extravagance card. Yeah, we have the money for it. We just don't have a place. We do have this, though. We could deal with this. This also breaks a conquest card of no higher than bronze tier. Some things might come in handy during a conquest if you plan to use money, you'll need at least 8. We could give him something interesting to do. Oh, right. So he needs sociability and combat. wisdom in combat. It's actually the sociability that they need more of. So that's a 7 and 7. Against that. Okay. Let's see how that works out. Oh, I forgot about you. Never mind. That needs to go away. And in fact, this also needs to go away. I want him back though. Shoot. We have to reset most of this. Because of you. We need charisma and sociability. The highest we can possibly get. My charisma is a 4. My sociability is a 2. So, not great. Okay. Your charisma is a 5 and your sociability is a 5. So that's... Playboy, you're going. Can we up that with stuff? We certainly can. This is also charisma. That will help. Okay. This is sociability and charisma. No. Okay. And this is pure charisma. I know, I'm pulling it all off my dear... Come on. Ah. So this... The earrings are better. We'll put this on our wife. The bouquet. So now his charisma and sociability are pretty high, and I think we have a few other things. No, we need an attire sort of deal. What is our attire? That's combat and magic, not useful. You don't have attire. Oh, I think the attire I want is on Barrage. Can't do anything about that. That's the thief's shoes. Alright. That will have to do. Who will back you up? That's 11-11. Yeah. Plus... No, this is not a combat situation. It's not a stealth or magic situation. We don't have troops, the problem. Why they gotta be so pretty? Nabani is hot, not gonna lie. Oh yeah, He's also a playboy. Such a playboy. Hangs out in the brothel all the time. Okay, that's done. Hopefully that will help. So, my wife will do this. I can still do this. We'll leave the vagrants for another day. She can still go to court. Samir is here. We could get his support up further. Get a book. The lion is being fed. The prank we can wait for. This we have to show up for in person. This does not matter at the moment. Guest house we can't do. We don't have anyone who could go to the bathhouse, so we're not going to worry about it. The gang conflict we can figure out later. Can be worn. You haven't yet expanded your collection room to include this rare treasure, but now is the time. Okay. The gold birdhouse. Requires 5 gold coins. Sure. Meticulously ensuring its flight capability and then constructing a huge cage for it. After the expansion, the respective treasures will produce corresponding rewards at certain rates. So that is good, because it means our observatory becomes better. Project investment will get us Zaki back soon. So that's cool. Anything for these two guys to go do? Kind of need the jackals more than I need the muck crawlers, but I honestly think that Rael might be the better choice, so... Can we do all of them? Maybe I do all of them. And... you need combat? Hey, Broccoli! Alright, I guess we are doing that one. I think that's all the things that we can do. Alright, well, that's all the choices that I have made. Some of them good, some of them bad, some of them ambitious, some of them not. Wish me luck, chat. Wish me luck. I apparently need it. 2 cups of coffee, it's still not enough brain power going on here. Let's go. In the confines of the dark alley, you track down a person mentioned by the prisoner and explain your intention to him. He thinks for a moment before eventually comprehending. Aha, so that's the case. You require evidence for Jawwood's case, right? But it's not free and no credit. You have to pay up front. He named a price, 5 gold coins. No more, no less. Although it was frustrating, you still helped by paying this money in advance. When you meet again, he hands you a wrapped scroll. Take it to that poor fool. Strange ink even stains his fingers, looking forward to our next cooperation. Ooh, we got forged documents going on here. You don't want to have anything more to do with these people. Perjury of integrity. Mahir is again inspired. She touts a new elixir that can grant the body limitless vigor and unleash the deep-seated powers of the soul. It would be a groundbreaking achievement, if it can actually be made. But the chances sound slim. We need 5 successes to complete the research. We have 15 dice in which to do it in. May RNGesus be with us. May Lady Luck be in our favor. Or rather, may we be in Lady Luck's favor. Either way, I suppose. Let's see if Mahir's vision persuades the dice enough. We have given her a significant sponsorship, abundant vigor, eternal life. You long for it, you yearn for it, anxiously waiting for the day Mahir completes her work. Easy. Easy. 10. The research progresses smoothly with people's joint effort. Mahir brings you 3 vials of impossibly clear liquid, indistinguishable from water, yet tests reveal a vitality pulsing from within. She tells you how these tinctures have saved the dying, halted a plague, reversed the decree of death itself. But they must never meet open flame. The concentrated essence, distilled to its purest form, would unleash all its energy in an instant. No mortal could it withstand the blast. We have gained 3 waters of life. Initially, it was just a whim, to resolve the extravagance card, but now the mountain lion has set its sights on you, expecting your blood offerings. You thought you could last for 10 days. After the seasonal change, the wind would pick up, making the mountain path too difficult for merchants, and you would gain a good reputation. Unfortunately, it grows stronger day by day. The servant who leads the cow reports strange occurrences every day. Sometimes he says the lion smiles at him. Sometimes he says the lion follows him to the door. At the most exaggerated times, he says the lion stands up, walks on 2 legs, and picks his teeth with bones. You have no choice but to replace the servant and warn them not to gossip. Well, people are still coming to the house. Let's see if we make any money today. Well, it will not be the highest yield, but it will still be gold. I'll take the 3. Yes, yes. However, conquest, my precious. Alright, we did send somebody to court, and we are getting inside information from it. The Sultan wearies further of the palace intrigues. And we got tactics as well, because Adilla went. Very nice. Whew. That line about the lion getting stronger each day makes me suspicious that it's building up to something bad. No, really, Trav? That's not going to literally bite us in the ass or anything. No, not at all. Fun fact, computer actually incapable of producing random results. That's why we use complex functions to which we feed current data and time with maximal precision, as it's the only random thing inside a FP computer. You are correct, Broccoli of Dawn. And yet, experience shows that regardless of whether I am using physical dice or digital dice, I rarely roll above a 6, and even more rarely roll above a 10. Now, when I do, it's usually pretty fantastimagical, but for the most part, anytime I roll a die of any sort, whether it's an algorithmic function or not, to simulate randomness, it just is generally not in my favor. Ever. It's crazy. Alright, we're buying books today. Daggers and scimitars. Let's go. Let's see if we can influence somebody. Yes, Samir is more supportive of us. Nice. We did it. Ooh, gang conflict. Dominates Dark Alley needs spokesperson. Alley Jackal's traditional power. Rael, a barbarian, appears with a band. Support whom? A bleeding tragedy over a biscuit. Begun from trivial, unnoticed, till its new old gang war. Clearly, this was not very well translated. Nobody cares about right or wrong. We need at least 2 successes to defeat the jackals, and we only have 2 die to do it in, so let's hope and pray. Oh, nope. We do have a reroll, though, so let's see if we can't get our 2 successes. Nope, we cannot. Who are you to them? Jackals entrenched. Every Rael's moves known. Attacks ineffective. Her forces hit, defeated. She captured. Next steps, obvious. Well, you have insight. Your help, seemingly minor, he perceives, but the Jackal's leader thanks. Hope we can cooperate next time. Exhibited. You have built a special place in your collection to exhibit this item. Interesting. Retainers are a one-time resource. Even if they do not die or get consumed in the ritual, they will leave after being used, and you can hire new retainers in the guest house or among the criminals who come for you. Our rogue died. Oh well. I wasn't that fond of him anyway. Awful. He's pretty awful. Let's see how we figure this out. He is spreading word of your misdeeds, warning everyone that approaching risks being consumed by the Sultan's game. I mean, he's not wrong. We have 4 dice this time. We need at least 1 success to do something about him. Yeah, poor translation on top of sophisticated vocabulary and metaphorical descriptions is kind of annoying sometimes. I mean, this game was originally written in, I believe, Mandarin. Just because that is a Chinese-based game company that built this game. They have over 1 million words in English translation in this game. It is enough that you can understand what's going on, but it is not always translated into something that we would consider fluent English of any kind. So that is the only thing that we have to take care of. For the most part, the majority of things here is fairly polished in its translation. But again, this is a game that has been translated, and the English translation is actually pretty stellar compared to some translated games that you'll get. So honestly, I have nothing but respect for the devs who are doing their best to refine their translations as much as possible. If I wanted to, I could absolutely go into their Discord, clip the section that was badly translated, and offer them, some advice on how to do it better, but it is what it is. So, yeah, the fact that they are attempting to translate this into English from Mandarin Chinese, the 2 languages in the world that are the least compatible in so many ways, is a feat in and of itself. And I have a great deal of respect that they chose to do this from the get-go. So, thank you for the lurk, Mr. Scrake. Welcome in. I hope you are well. I hope your Darkest Dungeon 2 runs are going well, and I hope your Baldur's Gate 3 adventures are similarly going well. All right. Let's see what we can do. Ooh, 4-4. Let's go. A small victory. In the public debate, you catch your opponent's slip of the tongue, leaving him utterly defeated. Now everyone starts to believe the rumors from your mouth. Ooh, his advantage goes away, and I gained influence from that. Decisive hit. Let's go. We hit level 6? I finally multiclassed into Cleric? Nice, Mr. Scrake. Wizard Cleric for the win! Faraj is like a rapidly growing hound, wise and brave, longing for your praise. You often inspire me. This is the highest praise one person can give to another. You can see him smiling, trying hard to suppress it, making every effort to keep himself from becoming too ecstatic. Yet the gleam in his eyes betrays him. Your wisdom lights the candle of my intellect, Arzu, he says, gazing at you with adoration, though a hint of other hidden emotions lingers in his expression. So he gained 2 wisdom and 1 passion. Ooh. Ooh. The Gold Birdhouse. Obviously, I picked Saluna to troll Shart. Naturally, of course. Naturally. As Trav says, and I agree. I almost completely stopped playing games in my language because almost every game has translation errors, and English is often either initial language or at least first translation. That is fair, Broccoli. That is fair. I mean, I don't mind translation errors. I know, English is my only language, which is sad and tragically American, I know. And it's not even like the good English, it's just American English, so I'm practically, an uncouth barbarian here. But, I know how difficult it is to construct in English. I am absolutely no writer, but I have read some of the most beautiful poetry, prose, fantasy, fan fiction. Like, I know that English is a diverse and interesting language, and there are as many unsaid rules of how to parse English as there is on how to actually use it, that we have scrabbled and gathered and taken by force words in other languages without actually anglicizing them in any way, shape, or form, which complicates the whole tapestry of fluent English to begin with. And we are constantly changing things culturally by the year, by the generation. So English is ridiculous, but it doesn't have the genuinely interesting play of ideals and understanding and like puns that like Mandarin has, because so many of their words, which sound so different in English, are the same sound with a little bit of vocal emphasis in a different way. They're such a tonal language that they can play with the sound of things as they meld their ideas together. Depending on the tonality used, you have multiple different understandings of what the same Mandarin says in the vocal language of it. And so there is so much to translating from English to Mandarin and Mandarin to English specifically, though this is true for most other languages in the world coming in and out of English, that there is so much more play in the ideals and the understanding and the puns or the poetry that you can do in Mandarin Chinese that does not translate at all into English. Absolutely not. Yeah, I know Japanese a bit, and there are whole layers of untranslatable subtle stuff. Yes, Broccoli, absolutely that. And like even if you're translating in and out of the Romance language, Spanish, French, Italian, Latin, which is at its all of that's basis, and which is heavily used in English even as it is, you're still going to lose things just because the cadence of a Romance language and the cadence of an English language, which is very Germanic in origin, though not at all similar to German. It's just in the vaguely the same language group at origin. It's dramatically shifted since, that you lose some of the beauty and the poetry and the understanding that comes if you are inherent to the original other language itself. So yeah, it's tricky. And so no matter what language you are native to, even if you are a multilingual native speaker and reader and enjoyer, translating a video game as full of crazy description as Sultan's game is a feat. And I will respect that till the end of time, because Double Cross is putting their whole heart into this project. You can tell it's a passion project. So even if we find pieces of it that are not well translated, I'm going to respect the hell that they tried, because holy shit, they took two nearly incompatible languages and tried to translate one into the other. You know, bow to their ambition and praise them for their attempt, because holy fuck, you guys. I love this game. All right. So the Gold Birdhouse. Let's get back on track here. Meticulously ensuring its flight capability and then constructing a huge cage for it. Caged bird. On the day the cage was completed, you also crawled inside, watching the gold bird furtively seeks an exit. The sun shone through its feathers, injecting a trace of clarity into your eyes. The outside was but a bigger cage. We got a gold die, which we have not even used yet. So now we have cooperation with the jackals. We have the gold birdhouse. We have this freaking lion. What else do we have? I see. Jalila is back. One night with her in the House of Jalites, and the woman will not leave us alone. All right, let's get our inventory all sorted. This goes down here. This goes down here. This goes down here. Well, actually, no. That we need. This can go down here. And I think that sorts us for the time being. Yes. This is for stealth. This is for combat. This is for magic. Charisma. Wisdom. That's a consumable for when we get damaged. Okay, I think we're okay. What does this do? The Jackal's leader now operates in your territory as exchange weekly shares rewards. So notoriety decides earnings. It just happens. We will get earnings, and our notoriety is a 6. Like, that's pretty well established. We finally have 3 influence in court again. Desperately need more. You need someone to watch over it. This tiny house allows the gold bird to come and go freely. Every 7 days, the gold bird will bring you 1 good luck. Such a precious gold bird should be guarded. All right, well, you are going to watch the bird because you are otherwise not useful. He's back out playing again. Could we entice him with some conquest, though? Maybe. We do need to go to the Sultan's prank. What is this? Confection? We don't have anybody... Let's see. These things? Interesting. Interesting. Okay, what if we put this here? In this place of accumulated sins, we do have a bit of divine touch, and it does require some gold, but maybe we can purify this into something useful. Let's try it. We have the thing. We have this for you, so that will do something. We need to send somebody to court. I mean, Jabal has 2 support, so, like, we're not in a bad place. Who's... Fadila is just a slave. She does not care. She's just here to serve. We should probably send somebody. Doesn't have to be anybody important. Need someone with charisma 5. And I think all my charisma objects are on the man I need to attempt back. Ayah. Alright, if only some booze would show up in this frickin' merchant. That would be nice. That would be nice. Yeah, that's where translation skills kick in. You can't just translate what words mean. You need to come up with something with similar subtle properties. And by no means I am mad at devs. Still a good job. But I'm a perfectionist, so I criticize everything, but give credit where credit's due. That's fair, Broccoli. That's fair. I was so happy when we hit level 5. Fireball moment. I mean, Fireball is Fireball is for who it may concern. If you want to specifically fry somebody, you use other spells for that. Firebolt, at the very least. Burning hands. You know, that kind of thing. Well, this will offer charisma. This is magic. And everything else is combat here. This is literally all we can afford. Alright, well. You're a jerk. Okay. Somebody needs to manage the estate. Which actually might be you today? Yeah, Zaki. Shama is at the bookstore. Sure. Actually... No. Definitely not.
Huh?
Much better. Okay. This is you must go personally, and she costs 4 gold, but we are not into that. She'll be back. We haven't sent anyone to court yet. Not that we necessarily need to, but I suppose we could send her. I don't know if that will do anything. The prank we have to go for ourselves. We don't have the money for the exoneration. We could attempt to deal with the vagrants. 6 and 7. But we don't have the coins for it. Well, that's only if we have the extravagance card. We could try this. Sure, why not? We do have to do this. Because that's never gonna bite us in the ass. No, not at all. What does this need? Survival and combat? Do you have... No, you don't have enough survival. We have books on survival, don't we?
Huh?
Send our wife to the bathhouse, maybe? Ooh. Let's see what that does. That could be crazy. For our wife, that could be amazing. So we just have Adila left. We don't have any horse racing. That would be great. What does Snake Valley require? Physique, survival, and wisdom? No, definitely not. Trail of the Wolf King, wisdom, and survival. Wow, she sucks. What books do we have? Stealth, combat, charisma, wisdom, stealth, wisdom, more stealth, and I mean, this is charisma, but it's cursed. Okay. We need survival and physique on this girl. The stealth is from the thief's shoes. Combat is good. It's just her survival is shite. Magic is from her sword. I suppose we could give her some more wisdom. Assuming... She needs 3 wisdom to read this book to give her 2 more wisdom. That's hilarious. So that... No, that's not gonna work. What does this do? Good memories of the past can help resolve today's resentment. Let's find out what it does. Nothing. Well, it doesn't give another event, so we don't actually know. What does this do? Ooh. Destroy evidence. Perform a stealth and wit check. So stealth and wisdom. 3 successes will allow you to destroy the evidence. If your power is 5 or higher, only 2 successes are required. If it's 10 or higher, only 1 success is required. Failure has no consequences. Okay. Okay. She doesn't have the stealth or the wisdom for this. Okay. Interesting. So we can get rid of it. If we're willing. Okay. What does this do? The easiest way to cult ideology teachings is, of course, to teach followers. Well, we're not going to do that. No, sir. A fireball a day keeps the horde away? I mean, that's supposedly how that works, yes. What does this do? A rare astronomical phenomenon. Feels like it can be used in the same way as intelligence. Ooh. Faces of the moon connect with all things. If you comprehend the mysteries within you, you certainly might see a deeper dimension of the world. Alternatively, you can analyze it with paper, pen, and numbers, as Mahir says, science. Do we open insight or conduct research? Don't worry, May. I always have a plan B. B stands for bombs. That's fair, Mr. Scrake. But that does not tell me whether I should open insight or conduct research with this thing. I was just curious what it would do. That's why I decided to test things. Not that I have really anybody to use it on, but you know. Broccoli says science is the way? Okay. That's fair. Insight. Consult your pineal. Okay. Well, since I biffed it for Trav's thing last time, I'll do a Trav's. But Broccoli, I love your moxie for the science. I do. Ooh. The world is divided into countless layers, and moonlight is the gap between them. We got insight for that. That was worth. That was worth. It was worth a lot. Okay. Well, we can't do anything with Adilla. She's just kind of here. Unless... Let me try this. What if I do Zaki and her? Yeah. There. Now she's at least useful. Okay, let's hope for the best. I am a science fan, don't mind me. No, broccoli. I love me some science. I love me some science. Like, your science was very exciting for me. It's just, I biffed it with Trav earlier, and I will, at the very least, try to be nice about being a dum-dum. Soon we shall learn things that man was not meant to know, and the walls between realities will become wibbly. Exactly, Trav. Exactly. Plus, insight is good. Alright, let's find out what's happening. I prefer science, but I think this game will do some strange mystical stuff. You're probably not wrong, Trav. You overhear a noble in the bathhouse complaining, intentionally or not, about how his house outside the city has been occupied by a group of cunning vagrants. The steamy mist makes everyone laugh, dismissing it as a joke because everyone knows that if he were willing to spend some money to hire a few mercenaries, the problem could easily be solved. He hasn't done that. Perhaps he knows that you have been chosen by the Sultan and you are the one in the city who most likes, or rather needs, to meddle in other people's business. You arrive at the location of the house. The vagrants occupying the place are emaciated, in ragged clothes and armed with crude weapons. They don't seem difficult to deal with. After half a day of observation, you also notice that the group of vagrants is not completely disorganized. They vaguely have one leader. Perhaps besides violence, you can try other methods. Well, we need 2 successes to drive them away out of 10 die. That's a 5 out of 10. We're good. We successfully persuaded the mob. You used your silver tongue to both threaten them with the dire outcome of occupying a noble's mansion and promise benefits if they left on their own accord. The untraveled, starving mob are shattered by your words, murmuring hesitantly. You take advantage of their lapse in vigilance to capture the leader, sending the vagrants scattering headless. The noble, overjoyed, showered you with endless gratitudes over and over again. You stop him, who is about to escapade to his house. Then he suddenly realizes and pats his head, then offers you some coins as a reward. So Raid is in shackles, carted off to jail. We get +1 sociability, so does Lumera, and we get 5 gold coins, as well as some infamy. Ah, well. What is the news in the bathhouse today? We need at least 1 success to get any kind of information. The more successes, the higher level of information we get. 4 to 4, baby. Let's go. A silver secret. Lovely. Perhaps we could hire them as a basic army? Maybe. And then a matter. Ooh, this is interesting. This is new. When Maggie enters the bathhouse, she finds Adilla sitting alone in the bath. The horrifying scars on Adilla's back have kept the other noblewomen from speaking to her. But as your wife, Maggie is not afraid of such things. She sits beside Adilla and warmly praises her for her bravery as a warrior, as well as the graceful beauty of her figure. Her words earn Adilla's affection and respect. They agree to bathe together next time and plan to help each other care for their bodies with essential oils and delicate threads. Ooh. That was nice. Yeah, we're still feeding this lion. It's growing stronger day by day, and we're replacing servants on the rig. But people come to the house. Do we make money? Oh, we make money. We make money. Ooh, something noteworthy has happened. My wife has many friends. She's lovely and wonderful, and of course, friendly and graceful enough to gain the, affection and adoration of many, which is why we love her so. Maggie is absolutely the perfect wife in this game, and anyone who cheats on her to the point where she becomes unhappy is a terrible person. This is my opinion, and you cannot change it. A wanton noble lady demands the Sultan's judgment on her marriage. She married a noble, but the husband, feeling insecure about his performance in bed, secretly had his brother fulfill his marital duties. The noble lady didn't realize that the nightly visitor wasn't her husband until her husband died unexpectedly in a fall, and the unaware brother sneaked into her bedroom that very night. Now, the enraged and grieving noble lady demands the entire property of her deceased husband's family, including the brother's share, as compensation for the family's deceit. Your wife found a friend? Waifu gaming in its finest. Absolutely, Brackley. I am not against my wife deciding to build me a harem. I'm for that. And if the majority of that harem is for the pleasure of my wife and her happiness, how could I possibly tell her no? How could I possibly? Happy wife, happy life. Come on. All right. That's an old scenario. Yes, this is an old scenario. This was in the demo. I already know what the best choice, at least in my opinion, of this particular scenario is. But our options here, chat, are support her claim. She was deceived and essentially raped by a stranger over and over and over again. Do we oppose her claim because, well, I mean, her husband was just trying to make sure that she would be happy? Or why don't the two of them get married? Because clearly they already know each other way better than they thought. If we support her claim, we may get paid, but still, morally fun is 3. Look, they already know that they're compatible in the sheets. They just have to figure out how to be compatible in the day-to-day, and that's it. They both get to keep all the family stuff together and maybe, just maybe, be far more happier than they were prior. Although, in the vague era that this game is set in, which is not realistic and is total fantasy here, but still, it was not uncommon for, should a man who was the heir to a family line die, the wife could, the younger brother could take over and marry the wife and continue the family line, especially if there were no heirs involved, just so that they both honor the dead husband as well as continue the family line. So, like, wives getting married to multiple brothers in a family was actually fairly common, and in fact expected in some cultures. So, you know, why don't you two just get married? You study the expressions of the two individuals, cautiously suggesting, why doesn't the noble lady and the deceased brother try it out? This way, she can continue as the mistress of the house, and the brother won't be deprived of all property. Plus, she seems quite satisfied with her nighttime visitor, doesn't she? At your words, the two are first stunned, then angry, and eventually both fall silent. Courtiers whisper, having various opinions about your suggestion, but it is clear that people regard you as a smart person who can solve all sorts of problems. Influence in the court. Let's go, baby. This is literally the best outcome. Ah, the prison. Here is the prison for nobles and serious criminals. Unlike what the common people might imagine, there are no gold toilets or velvet quilts here. What you have is darkness, dampness, and ignored rats. The only unusual thing might be that, due to family bribes, the prisoners' meals aren't very bad. The current level of the prison is completely open to us because we bribed our way in. Gave the perjury of integrity to Jawad. Now I'm innocent, exclaims the prisoner, patting your shoulder and showering you with words of gratitude, but never once mentioning money. He loudly demands the guard's attention and leaves with the cold-faced guard, never to return. When you inquire about him later, you learn that he has been cleared of his charges and allowed to go home. Alright, we did send someone to court, and we got some inside information for our efforts. The Sultan is ever more weary of the palace intrigues, but somebody has spoken for us in court, and we've got some opportunity lurking about. Yay for us. At the bookstore, we bought a book. The Mystery of Mysteries. Ooh, gold book. Let's go. Let's see if we can influence who is there, which I think is Shama. Well, we got 3 successes, so we're good here. And they discussed, and we got some opportunity at it as well. Nice. Confession. Solution to all sorts of problems in question. Now kiss. Yeah, basically. Broccoli. Honestly, you might be surprised how that is the answer that will get the best results 9 times out of 10. If only enemies to lovers happened more often in real life, right? Books containing black art and impure thoughts, containing the indelible faith of the star-souled, should be destroyed. We got more divine touch and some piety on top of that, and some insight. At sunset, confessing believers disperse, and the church's unsullied stone pillars silently watch these extended filthy shadows without speaking. So as much as I will not be gaining the magic from that book, we did gain something that I think at this point is probably more useful to us. Yep, he's still running around as a playboy. Unreliable piece of shit. Vizier Abdul sends a servant to summon you for a chat as at his residence. Okay, what do you want, my dude? What else do we have here? Okay. Let's sort out our inventory. We have this book, which does magic +3. You need 5 wisdom and 3 magic to read it, but god dang, do you learn. Fantastic. Beautiful. Fabulous. Got a silver secret, and I think that's everything that needed to be sorted. Our divine touch got some more piety on it, which is fabulous. Cool. Okay. This gives charisma, but it's cursed. That's stealth. This is also charisma. My wife needs more charisma. Please, my lovely lady, learn to be charismatic AF. Thank you. Who is... Zaid is here? We have support on this tax official, so it's not like we will be going without support, but if we send somebody, we get more resources. Love games that look more and more like an Excel spreadsheet with every iteration. It is the way, yeah. Excel is very powerful. What can we say? We still have Quaes in here. We have just enough money to actually, like, meet the requirements of this, but we're too broke for that. And we have to feed this bloody lion. Which is our own damn fault. We have the Sultan's prank that we still have to deal with, so... What's this? Oh, it's, Dog racing again. We bet on Luna last time. She's pretty good. We can bet up to 10 gold. She has the best stats out of all of them, but there's a chance for really any of them if you roll well enough. Let's just do like that on dog racing. It's not bad. Okay. I'm working so that my wife can hold this asshole back. Somebody has to take care of the estate. You seem perfectly fine. But we can put 2 people there. Audience with the Vizier. We have to go in person. If you do not go, you may face criticism. And well, we don't want him to be opposition, so we will go. Which means Sultan's prank is next turn. Okay. Who is going to court? You can go to court. It would really... I want this for myself. Not sure I have the stats for it yet. She really needs more physique, honestly. She has one. The leather armor is giving her another. Charisma is actually at a 2. The 3, 1 more is coming from these earrings. And her combat is coming from this saber. Nah, I'm just gonna send her to the bookstore. Samir is pretty good support already, so we're good there. She can just buy another book. He can go to the bathhouse. It looks like everything that we need to work on, so... These two can manage the estate today. And we're good. Next turn, Sultan's prank. Alright, the bathhouse. Let's see what we fish up today. At least something. Silver secret again. Nice. Alright. As usual, bathhouse makes us feel exposed because of the game. Still feeding this thing. It's still growing stronger. We're so fucked. People are still willing to come to our house, so let's see how much money we make. A lot. I mean, 5, but still a lot. Okay, noteworthy. When disaster struck, you and your wife dismissed most of the servants to keep them from being caught up in this cruel game. Unfortunately, not everyone appreciated your goodwill. One person stole some money. Luckily, he was caught just as he was about to spend it. So, do we save his pride with "this money was given to him by me"? Do we let him atone with his body? Or do we tell him leave the money and let him go? How generous or mean should we be, chat? What do we think? He was a servant in our house. We dismissed him. He's upset about it. Winterfairy, you want to turn him into a slave? Or a prisoner, I guess, is what the official designation would be. What is the disaster in question? Oh, us becoming the player of the Sultan's game, Broccoli. We dismissed our servants so that they wouldn't end up becoming... so that they would not become essentially sacrifices. Broccoli. That's the disaster in question. The second option could be useful for carnality or bloodshed at some point, although he's not going to be a valuable one, so stone most likely. Not worthless, though. You want us to be generous instead, Winter Fairy? And say, oh no, we gave him that money. That was money we gave him. Didn't we break most of the stone cards already? Yes. I don't think we've broken both the bloodshed stone cards. I think we've done one stone and one bronze. So... yeah, so we can generously go, no, we gave him this money. This was his exit package from us. He didn't steal this. We gave it to him. Let him atone with his body is enslave him. Make him a prisoner. Make him atone for theft by becoming property. Or we could say, leave the money, let him go. Essentially, you don't get to take the money you stole, but we are not going to enslave you for it. You just have to go. So that's the three options here. One is probably going to make us look a hell of a lot better than any of the other two, but all options are valid. All three, I should say. Looks like you guys want me to be super generous. Alright. The money was given to him by me. Ooh. Spending points. Okay, I will get it right. You want one, I will give you one. Let's go. You let him go, perhaps out of mercy, or perhaps out of fatigue. We gain one renown, and we lose a point in infamy. Nice. Alright. To court. We did send someone to court. We're getting inside information from the court. The Sultan is becoming wearier by the day. But we got an omen because we sent Adilla, so that's pretty good. Nabani is still fucking around while we are finding out things. At the bookstore, we buy books. The Book of Whispers. Ooh. Do we influence people today? Hell yeah, we influence people today. We got an opportunity out of it, but we did not actually get, support in court from it, which is fine. That's because I think she's not a noble, so it's all good. Alright, our audience with the Vizier. Abdul sent a servant to summon you to his residence. His matter may not be important, but he does not like being ignored. You are responded to his summons in time. Abdul is very pleased with your courtesy. Half a candle burns down in empty prattle. Then he casually mentions that Murtaz did not appear at the court today. Abdul smiles, but there is a malicious glint in his eyes. Murtaz is the Sultan's most trusted courtier. You should talk to him. I hope to see him at the Sultan's Golden Palace tomorrow, and every day after that. Don't disappoint me. We have an ad coming in a minute for those that is still relevant to. Hold on to your bucket seats. You'll be back after the ad is finished, and they do help me out, even a tiny little bit. So if you watch the ad, thank you. Thank you so much. You are wonderful. If you decide that you don't like ads, but you have way too many streamers that you follow, Twitch Turbo is an option. I don't remember the pricing offhand, but at the very least, all the ads still count, and you don't have to watch them. So that's, you know, doing me a favor. And if you like me enough, because you're enjoying my content, or at least my voice, feel free to consider subscribing to my channel. Just, you know, it would be nice. But it is, of course, entirely optional. It does help me the most, however, because we have a challenge of trying to get 20 subscribers. Not just 20 subscribers in a month, but to build a community of 20 subscribers And if this happens, there will be a community Discord. So that's where we're going for. But again, it's all optional. You don't have to spend a cent on me. I'm just happy to have you here. So don't think that as much as I'm, giving you the spiel, that I think that I deserve your money. I understand we're all broke as a joke in this economy, so no worries, but I would appreciate it if that is something that you wanted to do. All right, back to what we're doing. A repugnant smell pervades the dog track, with scents of dogs, humans, and the bait rabbits. The air is filled with roaring cheers as people urge the dogs they bet on to perform well, hoping for big winnings. Of course, you could join them, especially with the Sultan card gifting you keen skills in judging both dogs and people. Luna starts running. We need at least a single success to win. Well, we got 5, so I think we're good. She bursts off the starting line like lightning. Then she starts to overtake. Oh hell yeah, we got this. She maintains the lead, leaving the other dogs far behind. Now she dashes to the finish line. Easy. Luna rushes to the finish line with an absolute advantage. It wins, and so do you. Reading can improve yourself, so develop a habit of reading if you can. We learned how to use things, so our wife's charisma goes up. Very nice, very nice. 2 days later, you heard that a nobleman who was arrested for embezzlement was exonerated. His name is Jawad, and he was known far and wide for his greed and stinginess. You begin to worry whether the promised money would actually arrive. Oh, we are capable of hunting down his ass, let me tell you. Ooh, 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 ooh. Maggie casually mentions her experience in the bathhouse during dinner. She encountered Adila there, with the young woman sitting alone in the bath due to the terrifying scars on her back, which deterred the other noblewoman from speaking to her. But as your wife, Maggie fears no such matters. She sits beside Adila, warmly praising her bravery as a warrior and her smooth, beautiful waist, winning Adila's great favor and respect. They agree to bathe together again and use essential oils and fine threads to groom each other. We are going to praise my wife because she is absolutely a badass. Are you kidding? Telling her to be less showy? No, never. She should be worshipped as the goddess she is, and she should be able to make friends. We will praise our wife for being wonderful because being jealous of this burgeoning relationship, which is honestly just very innocent in nature. And even if it's not, well, hey. We love our wife. So yeah, we love goddesses. She is a goddess. We will praise her. Let's go. You praised her social finesse and seeing a chance to be of help to her long-lost smile, seeing a chance of being a help to you, her long-lost smile returned to her face. Aww. Event. Focus the bathhouse has appeared. Oh boy, we got more shit going on. Will it never end? Ay, ay, ay. Too many things to juggle. Too many places to be. Alright, what is this book? -1 wisdom, +2 magic? Probably cursed. Let's be honest. Alright, let's clean that up. Idle parade. A person with physique no less than 5. Piety will manifest on 1 person. I see. But we need all 3. We have to do the Sultan's prank, which means this and this are a thing. He is a silver card. This is a silver conquest. We're probably sending him to his death, but it's whatever. She now has Charisma 5 to tempt this unreliable man back. Jerk. Mysterious assistance. Based on the card you insert, there will be a corresponding reply. Okay, so we can put people in there, we can put information, we can put items, and we can put whatever, all of this stuff. We could just get rid of this evidence against us. Yeah, I think that's probably for the best. Just please make this go away. We did not need it. We did not want it. Thank you. Okay. Absent courtier. Murtaz. We have to go... We could send a follower for this one. If you mess up, there's still a chance to fix it, but you can never try... But if you never try, there's no chance at all. You can offer him some consolation with gold. You can also achieve your goal leveraging on your infamy or influence if you have at least 5 in either. Well, I don't have 5 infamy, but I do have almost 5 influence. I think gold's going to be the way, but who do we send? Probably Zaki. I think his earnest affability would be for the best. Yeah, we'll send Zaki. Coward who resents the Sultan. No one likes the shady Murtaz. Now that the miserable rat has lost his family and fortune, even more so. People in court avoid him like the plague, but the Sultan enjoys his presence. That is the sole reason Murtaz must continue to attend court, to parade his feeble, impotent hatred for his master's amusement. Yeah, we'll send Zaki. And some coin. That's what we will do. Oh, the day of charity has arrived. So we'll do this. Charity is good. Feeding this damned cat, also good. The famous Hamar brothers are back. A silver conquest would have been so great here, but sadly, we have the frickin' prank. Who's going to court? We have this young official who is technically in opposition. We have no way to influence him because he doesn't go to the bookstore. He is an enemy. He's one of Nawful's people. Nawful's lover, possibly. Alright, we need some support to cancel his ass out. Alright. Somebody has to manage the estate. You're better at it. Two more people. I want that. So we're just gonna buy it. It's gonna be useful. And Iman is here. Oh. Maggie has an appointment with Adila to go to the bathhouse, and unless there's something special, she wouldn't want to miss it. Prepare a gift for Maggie that can enlighten her mood. Something of silver or higher quality would be suitable. So think about what you've done or what you should. What is this? Alright, this, I mean, this has 5 days. We can deal with that. Shama is back in the House of Delights. Okay. Oops, not that. Didn't mean to click on that. Sorry. I think that's all that needs to have happen, so we just have you to deal with. This can go down here for the time being. just have both of them do this. That'll be fine. It makes everybody of use for something. So, yes, we will hope for the best, I guess. Let's go. The Sultan's prank. The great and kind Sultan has given you an opportunity to break a Sultan card with ease and efficiency. You decide to use the Conquest card. You present a card depicting kingship. The Sultan smiles at you knowingly, satisfied. His soldiers long to drink the blood of the weak. The young man waits in the cold palace halls, restless, helpless. Then news arrives. His homeland, where the tribute has run dry, the governor, who has failed at his duties, all crushed beneath iron hooves. The Sultan is never merciful. No, he is not. The palace echoes with the Sultan's laughter as the young man inherits his father's title and a debt too vast to pay. The next morning, you hear he slit his throat, standing by a frost-bitten window in the stage station. Sultan got what he wanted. And Fardek is dead. Poor man. Alright, still feeding the lion. It's still growing stronger. We're still replacing servants. People are still coming to our estate. Let's make some money. Piece cake. All the money. We sent people to the palace. The nobles bicker like street ruffians scrambling for food before their master. This is exactly what the Sultan wants to see. All the absurdity of endless debates and debacles have left the Sultan thoroughly exhausted, so he will probably relieve himself from the court for a few days. Your recent actions have not aroused any suspicion from the Sultan. As such, your influence has increased. We now have a 5 influence. Nice. And we got some opportunity as well. We're now a celebrity. We have gained a fate point. Yes. Nabani is Nabani. He's back. You are sent to the house of Murtaz. When you arrive, you see a priest stepping out of his doorway. Murtaz himself looks exhausted, hollowed out. In the silence, you catch a scent of musk, camphor, and borneol. A funeral, without question. You remember him now. His wife and father both perished in the Sultan's game. You chose to comfort him. Murtaz tells you that his mother had been ill for a long time, crushed by the weight of sorrow. Last night she breathed her last. A family was shattered, all for a game. Murtaz complains bitterly, cursing the Sultan with the harshest of words. But when you tentatively bring up the possibility of rebellion, he jumps up and turns his fury and profanities on you, as if not doing so would prove his own impotence. Your sympathy and pity turn to dust. Finally, you lose patience and cut him off. Don't you think I know? You yourself sent your wife and father to the palace, to the Sultan and his cards. You harshly inform him that the Sultan wants to see him tomorrow before leaving, not giving him a second glance. Will Murtaz attend court? He will. You have no doubt. Well, he is now in opposition to us, but that's fine. Afterwards, Vizier Abdul is quite satisfied. He believes the Sultan will finally notice the deep-seated resentment that Murtaz has been harboring at court. You, however, find it all ridiculous. The kingdom's vizier has been reduced to nothing more than a court gesture. But we did gain more influence off of that. That's double influence back to back. At the bookstore, we bought a book, because that's what we do. The Memoirs of High Constable. And we've also gained a fate point for buying books. At the end of a weary day, as you're passing through the palace, the shadows cast by the Sultan's palace walls, ready to return home, a woman in white stands in your way. Her pale hands and silver hair seem to glow brighter in the darkness, piercing your eyes. Do you need help? she asks with a sense of approval. This is what you deserve. Whether she's merely a mortal hiding her identity or a messenger of divine power, what harm is there in making a request? You want to rid yourself of the High Constable's entanglement. That night, you heard that the High Constable's fort caught fire, and in the chaos, many dossiers were lost. Perhaps yours among them. Oh, thank goodness. No more evidence against us exists. Whew! Someone suggests you initiate a public relief effort to provide food for the starving victims, not only filling their stomachs, but also enhancing your renown. The displaced people, those who can't get enough to eat, line up at your porridge tent, gracefully chanting your name with appreciations. In that time, everyone knows of your fame. Our renown goes up even higher, and our piety also does as well. Not bad. On this day, Adil warned you that even the Sultan's game has boundaries. Not every crime can hide behind a Sultan card as an excuse. He will catch you and judge you. Event investigate evidence has appeared. Ah, well, that's a problem. But horse benting is back, finally. And Zaki wants to talk to us. What card will we get next? Silver Carnality. Okay. Can we change it yet? Yes, we could. Do I want to, though? Where do we stand? Okay, so we've done both of the lowest level of bloodsheds. I'm dreading the rest. We've gotten a few of the extravagances across the board. Those are kind of the easiest to do. Our carnalities are of the lower tiers. Our conquests are also in this area, so this is where we're at. We have done 17 out of the 28 cards. We have survived for 43 days. And we just gained the other silver carnality. I think we're okay with taking a silver carnality, to be quite frank. We have 14 renown, only 1 infamy. We have 6 influence in the court, 6 notoriety amongst those who walk in the shadowy places, and 7 insight. Jalila is back in the House of Delights, so she's not quite high enough level to solve a carnality. And we've got other things going on. Scroll all the way in, scroll all the way back out so that everything can be seen. And then this one gives stealth. Hey, come down here. Does that sort us? Yeah, I think so. So we have magic attire. My wife. Beautiful. You do not get to keep these things. You had 1 job, dude. Our wife gets her earrings back. I think I might put this on you. Yeah. This, I think, goes back to Barrage? No. He doesn't require it. Who did? Our wife does. No, actually, I might put it on you. Okay, have we pulled all the shit off of him? Yes. We still have a sling. Who? You have a weapon. Who doesn't have a weapon? You have a weapon. You have a weapon. You have a weapon. You have the bouquet, which is a weapon. You do not have an attire. I don't think we have an attire. Yeah, I don't believe we do. We just have this miscellaneous sling. Our wife doesn't have a weapon. Maybe I will give you the sling. Give you the scimitar. Give my wife this. Much better. That just makes me happier. Okay, so that just makes things a little cleaner. All right. What is it you need, Zaki? Zaki comes to you in a daze. Almost halfway through, what's the plan with the current card? And can we change cards in the middle of the 7-day deadline? Yes. Okay. So the plan with the current card is to wait for Shama to roll back up in the House of Delights, because she is a silver level prostitute and it's a silver level carnality, and that is all we need. So that would solve that, but we currently do not have her in the House of Delights. As for changing the card in the middle of the 7-day deadline, yes, we can. We can even extend the 7-day deadline if we need to. We have an event that will handle that. So I'm not really worried about the carnality card, to be quite frank. It's the gold cards that I worry about. And I feel like we don't have enough resources, but we might be able to figure it out. We'll see. Zaki tells you that he accidentally found a letter his father received before his death, revealing that his father had used his mother's family money to keep a prostitute. The letter was written by his father's brother, and from its contents, it seemed the father was very worried that the mother would be furious about this, even fearing for his life. Remembering the days before his father's death, the young man recalls his mother suddenly preparing strange herbal tea, the sudden visit and departure of his uncle, noises at night, and all of the father's guards being sent away. He knelt down and begged you to guide him. Oh, Mom got rid of a problem. Maybe calling Fatuna to have an open talk would be a good idea. Perhaps meticulously minded Maggie can help. Or we can... You can place any character you deem necessary for this conversation. Ooh. So... we could send his mother to confront him. We could send our wife to comfort him. Or we could deal with it ourselves. Oh, the foreign merchant is back. We do need someone to go pick up that. The Mantle of Forgotten Gods, the exotic carved ring, the broken gold sword. We can afford basically just that one. And if we had an item of significance, we could sell it. Do we have one? No. Please go pick up the rent. Thank you. Yeah, I needed the money far more than I needed to buy something from him. Alright. This thing is still being a problem. The bookstore owner is heading to the vagrants outside the city to gather worthwhile books. He believes he should send someone to accompany him. After all, it's your relentless book buying that has left his shelves empty. Wisdom and survival? You have to pay for it? And to send a follower. He does not have any survival. She has not enough survival. Better survival. Okay. That will help. Alright, book hunt done. Famous Hamar brothers, don't care. Recruit Mahir. After 2 projects of collaboration, Mahir considers you her best partner and hopes to establish a closer, more stable relationship with you. Mahir wants to become your follower. You can arrange for her continue researchers by placing her in the Methinks area. Yes, sure. Perfect. Fantastic. He's going after our evidence. We need lots of things. Use sociability and wisdom to apply pressure, forcing the investigation to fail. Use combat and physique to assault the High Constable, making him pause the investigation. High renown or notoriety aid this check. You can try to destroy the evidence in the Methinks feature. I don't know where he got any evidence on me, but okay. Thought I had destroyed it. Sociability is high. Wisdom, pretty good. Combat. Wisdom and combat can go up. We need a gift for our wife. I think might be good to check up a few times before the deadline in case of changing goods. Get her a nice necklace, maybe. The ring would have probably been appreciated. It's silver. I didn't have the money for it. Relentless book buying, just like in Cultist Simulator, where you trigger an event by buying all the books. You had 2 evidence and 1 destroyed, maybe? I thought I had stacked both evidence in that, but maybe it only destroyed 1. So now we have to deal with this. Let's see if we can't just ruin his investigation of me entirely. It would be best for him to learn the truth. We could do all 3. That's hilarious. Interesting. Somebody needs to manage the estate, though. We're not going to do the idol parade. It's not worth it. We don't have to go to court because the Sultan retired from the court, so we're good there. He hasn't refreshed his stock, and we can only afford the silver bracelet anyway. Neither of those things works. Okay. So... the Haughty Rider with 3 survival. We'll double our money. These two things I can wait on. Unless, of course, I do this. I could do this. Maggie won't be there, but we could do this. We can't go to the bookstore because there are no books. We could go to the bathhouse, but we have all this shit on the board, so we should probably clean up the board a little bit. All that is left is the carnality. Okay. That's where I'm at, chat. That's where I'm at. Well, Broccoli, when I had right-clicked the evidence in there, it had stacked both in there, but I think when I clicked the check mark to say this is what I want done, it had kicked out one of them, and I just didn't notice necessarily offhand because they were sitting down here and they would have gotten pushed back into that slot. So that's where we're at. But we did get some things. We are a celebrity. This is the story of a courtier who became a celebrity due to his political acumen. Once you obtain it, you will never want to lose it. We reached 5 points of influence in a single run. And also Mountain of Books. This is the story of a courtier who is so obsessed with books, he collected every available book on the market. True knowledge is not in books. Buy out all the books in the bookstore in a single run. So we are up to a whole 13 fate points for when this run finishes and we decide to upgrade our starting cards for the next. All right. Here we go. Wish me luck. Still growing stronger day by day. It's a problem. People are still coming to the house. Let's see what money we make. Fantastic. We make as much money as we can. Our wife is wonderful and perfect and lovely. This morning, Maggie seems very troubled. She said she had a nightmare where she was on a small boat with a dog, a rope, and a flute. The boat was drifting on the sea, and she felt increasingly afraid but didn't know how to use these 3 items. She seeks your comfort. How would you explain the dream? Do we explain to her that it is a lucky dream? That it is an ominous dream? That is a self-reflection dream? Or that she's just confused? Dearest, darlingest wife, you're just confused. What do we tell her about her dream? What do we tell our wife about her dream? Remember, we love our wife. Maggie is the bestest wife ever, and you can't convince me otherwise. It's all oddly specific. A dog, a rope, and a flute on a boat. For she is afraid and does not know how to use a dog, a rope, and a flute on a boat. It's very oddly specific, yes. What do we think, chat? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Or, crown yourself a ruler and I will attempt to not fuck it up. Attempt being the key word there. Or make me make the vote. Channel point options are there for your perusal. Some of them will get me rambling. Most of them, not so much. Well, don't do the last one. She's not gonna like that. Ominous. Certainly, I choose 2. An ominous dream. All right, well, Trav's the only one who spoke up, so I guess we'll go with him. An ominous dream. You look into your wife's beautiful eyes and tell her, it might be an omen. The dog represents a barking troublemaker, the rope symbolizes a noose, and the flute is the jester's favorite, pleasing the monarch. These three things combined will bring storms, destroying the small boat. Hearing your words, she clings tightly to your arm and asks what to do. You try to comfort her, telling her you will be extremely careful to prevent this dream from coming true. You both snuggle together for a long time, finding some sense of security in each other's warmth, until she stops trembling. She gains passion. Our dear darling is wife. The bookstore owner is heading to the vagrants outside the city to gather worthwhile books. He believes you should send someone to accompany him. After all, it's your relentless book buying that has left his shelves empty. Where books and fate fall. You wander through the refugee camps, surrounded by hungry children, gaunt women, and filthy men with vacant stares. How could there be books for sale in such a place? When fate takes a bad turn, some sell their books first, while others cling to them until the very end, he explains, weaving through the crowd with eyes fixed on people's hands. Under our most exalted Sultan's rule, such rises and falls of fate are commonplace. Those who recited poetry in gardens yesterday might well be begging for gruel here today. You can't help but wonder, if your fate fell, would he buy back his books from your dirty hands as well? Finding books is important, but beware of thieves. We need at least 4 successes out of 13 die. Out of a pool of 13 dice. He's complaining because he has no books left, because you bought them all? That's what's supposed to happen. That is a desirable result, even. Apparently, we've been buying them up so quickly that he just does not have the ability to get more. Even if he has the money for it. Well, we needed 4 successes and we got 7, so I think we're good here. Successful salvage. You find some valuable books. You try to speak with the bookseller, but she covers her face and hurries away, as though she's done something more shameful than the women of the night across the road. We got classical wrestling. Books used to be a refuge from reality, a place filled with stories and fiction. But now, standing at the center of the story yourself, all you can see on every page are metaphors and satire, reminding you of the absurdity and irrationality in reality. I believe this is our way of getting books that we've used up before, so this is fantastic, actually. Send your rider and steed to compete. Place bets. If victorious, you may receive a reward. Failure means losing everything. Let's double our money. We need at least 3 successes to win. Well, that didn't work out. Let's try that again. Oh, hell yeah. We win. Congratulations on your victory. You have won and doubled your bet. After 2 projects of collaboration, Mahir considers you her best partner and hopes to establish a closer, more stable, long-term relationship with you. Mahir has become your follower. She is not concerned with what deity you follow or what ideologies you hold. She is here because of you. In you, she finds a long-lost trust. Despite being a noble, she faced much scorn and ridicule for her obsession with crafts and tools. But you are different. You are willing to support her dreams, finance her endeavors, and, most importantly, you believe in her. So we get a follower, and we get Aether. No matter, I don't know what it does, but more hands. Zaki sat there silently, like a drenched chick, looking somewhat despondent. He was in urgent need of someone to help and guide him, yet the mother he once trusted most was now mired in deep suspicion. Should you summon Fatuna to confront him, or let Maggie comfort Zaki, who always had a way? He called Fatuna for confrontation. After seeing the old letter in her son's hand, Fatuna remained silent for a long time, then sighed, as if she had finally released a burden. Yes, if you must ask, I gave him tea brewed with clove buds, then gave him wine, and then my brother pressed his head into the bath. Fatuna looked at you calmly. But why? Why? Father did have an affair, but that's not a death sentence, the young nobleman roared hysterically, tears welling up in his eyes. You did not sentence him to death, my dear child. I know. Fatuna looked at Zaki with soft eyes, but her words were firm. But I did. I sentence your father to death. That's how it is. I admit my guilt. Zaki could no longer listen. He glared fiercely at his mother and rushed out the door as if he had never really known her. You looked helplessly at Fatuna. This stubborn woman sitting in the shadow, like a sculpture that had lost its life. Well, that was a turn. Vizier Abdul sends a servant to summon you for a chat. Again. Oh, and he's back. Jeez Louise. You have been attacked by a lurking assassin. Well, shit. All kinds of shit is happening right now. Oh my god. Let's try to get this board in somewhat manageable state. And sort out our stuff. So this is physique in combat. Oh, that's so good for us. We definitely need it. What does Aether do? To the purest order, Aether is the divine ichor, spilled by their god to heal the world. It is sacred beyond measure, but of course, to any magic practitioners, it is something else. Raw, living magic, potent and pure. A crystallized powder. No, crystallized power. I did not read that incorrectly the first time. Wow. Where are we at? Maggie wants to talk to us. We've got all this shit going on. I might have to move some of this down here, actually. Let's just leave this for the books. She has passion. He has passion. She's an eccentric artisan. Technically a noble, so that's good. Alright. We still don't have troops, and it's a problem. This is such a problem. Why do you have to be such a problem? Alright. So the headless dragon is a thing. We can get some of this upgraded. We don't have any of the cards for that, so that is something easy. This thing requires some money. We made some money. Yay for us. The Hamar brothers will come back around. I'm not worried about them. The House of Delights currently has Shama in it, so that might be something we need to do. How much? 8 to deal with her. Iman wants to receive Divine Grace. Right. First, we need to deal with this assassin. 4 survival, 6 combat. Her survival is lower. So we'll do that. So we can survive assassination. We don't have a gift. It needs to be of a silver level. We have to go in person, but we've got 5 days to deal with this. Okay. What does our dear wife need? A special pillow. You might take this chance to break a carnality card. We have 3 days to deal with that as well. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Well, we are stuck in this assassination attempt, unfortunately. We need to send people to this. They need charisma and stealth. Oh. We need a lot higher numbers than that, unfortunately. Okay. He has a 6 stealth. That's not bad. You do not have. You do not have. You definitely do not have. Okay, so this is probably the best for that. This will give more charisma. This gives more stealth. I think they need more nope, wrong. Wrong thing. I don't think the numbers are high enough to give us a good chance, and I don't have troops, so we just really need the ability to get a single success to obstruct this plan. Might be better to just go all in on charisma, honestly. Yeah, because this is combat, so that's not going to help. Alright, that's as good as it's going to get. Who's managing this day today? Zaki is. Yeah, I'm just not going to worry about the Divine Grace. Equipment mode. I mean, that's... The Greatsword is a silver item. And the gift has to be something of silver or higher. Should have kept that damn bird. Is passion a passion in romantic sense here, or is it vague? I think it's vague, strong emotion. The description is, even in this twisted game, there are those who would desire you. It might not be love, yet it is a hunger, a yearning, a seed of chaos. It is, they will have sex with you, passionately. So both our wife and our best friend will passionately have sex with us if we require it. For whatever reason. Okay, yeah. We don't have physiques on that level. Okay. I could do book things. Make people read books. Flux it. That does not count. Okay. I tried. Still a good weapon. Here, Mahir. Enjoy. You now have some combat ability. I could send somebody to the bathhouse. I kind of don't have anything for these three to do, so... I guess we'll do that. This requires me and my wife, but I am stuck in an event. This requires me in person, stuck in an event. This is as good as I can make it. We definitely don't have this. Missing key cards or passion to trigger the event. So we do have people with passion. If we're using carnality, the target must have passion. But I do not have a silver level carnality card to spend here, so that's a problem. Okay. Dumb assassin getting in the way of passionate fucking. He doesn't know what he's up against. No, he really doesn't. He's just a dumb assassin. So, Mahir and Adilla don't have anything to do. I don't really have any place to put them except one of them can go to the bathhouse, I suppose. Sure. Go to the bathhouse. Find information. Which means Adilla has nothing to do. That's fine. She can hang out. Alright. Well, that's as good as it's gonna get. Wish me luck, chat. We're probably gonna need it. So, we go to the bathhouse first. What do we find? Bronze inside information. Not the best. We've been getting silvers here, but this is not bad. The sauna is crowded with people trying to talk to you. There's no need to pour water on the copper basin anymore. We learned something. But then get freaked out. Without your help, the church functioned as usual. You only missed the chance to gain their favor. Yeah, well, we've got other shit going on. Initially, it was just a whim to resolve an extravagance card, but now we're stuck here with a lion that grows stronger day by day that hasn't quite bitten us in the ass yet. People come to the house. We maketh the money. Let's go. Oh, noteworthy. A bored noble in the city sent his 2 slaves into the desert, betting on which slave would live longer. Would it be the strong man who had lost an arm, or the weak woman? Do we bet on the male slave winning? Do we bet on the slave girl winning? Do we stop this inhumane behavior, this casual reduction of lives into nothingness? Or do we force the nobles to join the game to show them a taste of their own medicine? What do we do, chat? It is unlikely we will be able to save anybody. We could make money off of this, or we could be upstanding. I really think that he should kill the lion soon, because I don't like that bit about it getting stronger. For all we know, it's getting tougher every day. Trav, the only thing I can do is not feed it, in which case, somebody dies. Do we stop the inhumane behavior, Broccoli? Are we that good of a person with our high renown? I mean, we can. We absolutely can. Alright. Chat seems to be adamant. None of this betting on people's deaths. Travis is like, force the nobles. Everyone dies. You denounce the noble for his cruel behavior, but instead were ridiculed. Slaves were his property. He could do whatever he wanted with them. Others also found you boring. They didn't invite you to join the game anymore. We gained renown. We lost some influence, and we did not stop them from doing stupid shit to people. Uh-oh. The Headless Dragon. The Sultan is not seen today. But we upgraded inside information. Yay for us. Nawful is awful. He's still mad that we fucked him. Literally, not figuratively. He's trying to recruit people close to us. Oh. 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 Well, we're in a better positioning than I thought we would be. Let's go. I would like a better roll, please. Give me more. Yes. That's what I needed. That's what I needed. You have a whole chat of good people. No hope for us. Let's go. Got him. Your spy trailing him found Nawful's current residence. Motherfucker. Let's see how you fare from that. You were attacked by a lurking assassin. Prepare for battle. I need at least 1 to survive. I have 10. This guy did not know what he was getting into. You need to unleash your potential to avoid this assassination attempt. Let's show this man's just how ridiculous he is. I needed 1 success to survive. I got 6. 5 is pushing him back, right? Yes, I believe 5 is possibly defeating Nawful. You dodge his first attack. A blade grazes your waist, reflecting the ghostly blue moonlight. It is a poison-coated dagger. Having missed the first strike, the assassin turns to flee, and you do not pursue. He's simply a tool, but who wants you dead? What secret have you uncovered lately? I'm sure it was Nawful, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, let's clean up what we got. This goes here. Everything else looks to be in its place. Alright. If only we could carnality ourselves. Ah, well. Sweet Whip is back. Okay. Let's sort this shit out. Our girl... These two are still here. This is gonna take a couple... another day. You found where he was hiding. It's an opportunity to capture them, but it will be tough. We need physique and combat. Failing will lead to death, so be well prepared. Okay. We have the scimitar. Didn't I just buy a better weapon? It did. Who did I put it on? Put it on Mahir. Now I have better combat. Cool. Yeah. I could do with some physique, though. I have 3 days to challenge Nawful. I don't have to do it immediately, so that will help. Special pillow requires me and my wife. I can't break a card, but can I... No? Okay, there's that. I do have to show up in person for the Vizier. This I can do right this moment. Do I want inside information? Or opportunity? Or omen? Opportunity, I think. Okay. That's just the bathhouse, sorry. I only have a couple more days for this, and I don't have a gift. Flux. This is still a problem. Doxed Nawful, he should be scared. Dibs on the dagger. Is this a chance for a conquest card? Don't you have silver carnality? Yeah, carnality right here. But I am silver. My wife is not silver, and she would be the target of the carnality. So if I go here, and do this, and do this, my wife is bronze, and I've already used her as a target for the carnality card. So that does not work for us at all. The House of Delights works for us. We could resolve this card immediately, but this may not be good for us in this moment. These two can go here. You can prepare a gift for your wife. Something silver of higher quality would be suitable. We can prepare a gift for a wife. We don't have to. Do I have any silver on anyone else? I do have this on you. What if I pulled this off of you? Means you're down an accessory? That could work out. That does work out. It means that you're lesser in some ways, but actually that's fine. All right, we can get that done. We'll do special pillow next round, but that does mean that I can go here to deal with the vizier. We'll challenge Naffle elsewhere another round. The observatory finishes this turn. The gold birdhouse next turn. I might leave the observatory until the birdhouse comes back around so that I can get them both on the same timer. Yeah, Trav, I cannot resolve a carnality card with my wife anymore because I already had a bronze carnality, which I resolved with my wife. So she is no longer a target that can be done. Faraj, however, can, but he is not a silver card. So I cannot resolve carnality with a lower tier card. So in two ways, I'm fluxed on that one. You're just gonna have to live with that. Let's see here. Hope for exoneration, I don't have the money for. House of Delights, I'm not doing this turn. So please don't go away, Shama. I would appreciate that. I think I've done everything I have to do. There are two people in here. So news in the bathhouse we can absolutely do. Yeah, she's better for that. And Faraj, can I make you useful somewhere? I don't think so. I don't believe so. 3 and 2? Actually, maybe you could do this. We need survival and combat? That's survival. That's also survival. I don't think we have survival and combat in anything. Stealth and combat. It's just survival and magic. Survival and stealth. Wisdom in combat. Okay. Throw this in. He doesn't have high combat, but he will have high survival. Let's see if we can't clear out this sewer crocodile. Alright, that's where we stand. Yes, it'll cheer her up that we gave her the ring. It also might upgrade her. I don't know. I would have loved to keep that ring on our dear Faraj, but it's not in the cards today. Let us continue. Sewer crocodile. Traveling merchants tell tales of a rare beast known as the crocodile living in remote forest rivers. Now, due to a rich man's mistake, a crocodile hatchling has slipped into the sewer. No one knows if it's still alive. Let's find out. We need 3 successes to capture it. We have 7 die to do it in. Well, that was easy. The crocodile, whose mouth, bound by straps, was yanked from the canal, astonishing people with its pure white body. Faraj got a little more survival for the trouble and a little crocodile. We now have a pet. A pet crocodile, that is. The celestial globe rolled slowly, and on a light sheet of copper with steel needles and rollers, intricate shapes were embossed. One of what might be the traces of truth or the trajectories of destiny. Record complete. We got the sun's companion. The aether balancer of the celestial globe will automatically synchronize the most noteworthy celestial phenomena. This means the star formations that most strongly influence magic and fate are also the ones easiest to observe. Maggie has an appointment with Adilla to go to the bathhouse, and unless there's something special, she wouldn't want to miss it. You prepare a gift for Maggie. Maggie wears the gift you gave her loudly, attracting everyone's attention as soon as she enters the bath. The female guests chatter in amazement at your generosity and love, and even Adilla, who isn't very personable, can't help but praise Maggie's beauty and charm that matches the jewelry. Maggie is delighted to hear that. She casually places the priceless ring of the lovebirds on Adilla, whose face turns red. Among the jealous voices, she swims to the edge of the pool and solemnly gives Maggie her precious dagger she carries with her. Everyone present witnesses the birth of this precious friendship, and we gain some influence as well as an exquisite dagger. And the Ring of Lovebirds back. Fuck yes. Yes. Bestest buds. Yep, we definitely played that correctly. Constable Adil is searching for your evidence. You need to do something or he might really put you on trial. When it's all clearly the Sultan's fault. Do we apply pressure? We need 2 successes, or 1 success if our renown is greater than 5. We only need a single success. We've got 10 die. We got 5 out of 10 here. I think we're golden. Adil is under heavy criticism. Everyone knows your good reputation, especially since you are already dealing with the Sultan's game. His opportunistic investigation is both unpopular and futile. He has no choice but to back off, for now. We need at least 1 success to injure Adil. Yikes. Well, we got the 1 success we needed. Adil was stabbed several times in the dark alley. It's a miracle he didn't die. At least he won't investigate you for a while. Yikes. Abdul sends another servant, summoning you to his residence. It may not be that urgent, but he does not like being ignored. You suspect Abdul has come to see you about Murtaz, and you are correct. Somehow, that coward has found the audacity to threaten vengeance against the Sultan. A drunken boast, perhaps, but Abdul, ever the Sultan's most faithful servant, will never tolerate such treason. He has chosen to teach Murtaz a lesson he will never forget. And with that, we get a bronze opportunity. The bathhouse. What do we learn in the bathhouse? Something. A high-leveled something. Inside information of silver. Nice. But it does freak us out after a while. We're still feeding this bloody lion. The lion's bargain. One night, a hideous man with bad breath and sharp teeth appears in your dream. I am a magician. Previously, during sleepwalking, I was hurt and had to temporarily reside in the mountain lion's body. He explains. Thanks to your offerings, I have recovered, but I can't forget the taste of the best meat I ate in the lion's body. Human flesh. Can you grant me one more human offering? In return, before leaving, I will make the lion loyal to you, giving you a powerful pet. Well, sacrifice somebody, get a pet. Fuck. That's a decision. People still come to the house. Let's make money. Oh, we make money. I mean, it'll only be 5 gold, but it's still money. And we're still obsessed with the Sultan's game. The Sultan is not in court, and he was not seen today. But we prepare ourselves. No one can always win, but now we have the confidence in catching more leaves when the wind blows with a bronze opportunity. An upgraded opportunity. We got shit all over the place. Alright, let's get organized here. These can come down. This goes back on you. What does this do? Combat and stealth. What does ours greatsword do? Just 3 combat. Okay, the exquisite dagger goes on Arzu. The greatsword... Let us put this on you. The scimitar... Our wife has the dagger. You have a gold legendary freaking badass sword. You don't need that. Mahir has this scimitar, which is 2 combat, versus this, which is combat and stealth. Let's actually give Mahir more stealth. Lumera, definitely use an upgrade. That's better for her. Nope. The Sun's Companion is 5 magic. So this needs to go down here. A little crocodile. A crocodile from the sewers, if raised and tamed, may inspire awe and admiration. Nice. We just have this saber that I don't think anyone really needs, so throw this down here as well. Let's get ourselves organized and find out what else we've got going on here. Jeez Louise, too many things. You're out again? You jerk. Why you gotta be so bloody useless all the time? How dare the worm? So we need to send someone to deal with him. We can make some upgrades. We just used up an omen, so that will be the next. We might get one more out of it. We don't care about Divine Grace. Justice must. You don't know what will happen next, only wait for fate to arrive. So Fatuna and Zaki are going to have it out, and there's not much we can do about it. Mountain Lion demands a sacrifice. If you place a sacrifice, you won't have to combat it. It will satisfy the Mountain Lion's hunger and earn its reward. If you choose to combat, be prepared. It is now stronger than before. We can use a conquest card. We can send people or a sacrifice. We have 3 days to figure that out. We also have this. Which will double our money. Because we know who to bet on. Well, it would have been nice if we could have spent money on these instead. This is an accessory. This is a weapon. We don't need either of those things. This is the best armor in the game. This is one of the better attires as well. Okay. She is still here for this carnality card. Okay. This requires physique and combat. I don't have any loyal troops. but I can deal with him. A conquest or bloodshed? You must. I can't actually do this because I have no troops? The frick? We really should have imprisoned the servant who stole from us a while back. Maybe keep an eye out for someone silver. Or buy someone from the prison. We can't... I haven't been to the prison in a while. Maybe there is someone there to get. Ah. Raid. We could grab the leader of the vagrants, yes. But we don't have the 10 coins it requires. That is the problem. We'll do this. I have another day for this one. I don't have... There's that. I don't know if this is the right person. Maybe Faraj would be better, actually. That's fine. We'll figure that out. I don't have anyone else but my wife, who has charisma of 5, which is the problem. So he just is gonna do whatever. Can choose a bloodshed card. Or we can take him as a follower. I actually would like to take him as a follower, so... Mahir, deal with him. These two can manage the estate, I guess. This has a few days. This will go away, and I don't care. Hopefully she stays in the House of Delights for another day. I need a conquest or bloodshed card to deal with him, I guess. Or troops, I think. Does this do anything? No. Does this do anything? Crocodile Pond. For an extravagance. Ah, I see. I'm not gonna worry about the extravagance part. I just am not. I'm not gonna worry about it. We'll double our money here. It'll be fine. We're gonna make some money. We really should have... Yeah, good luck in the fight. I think we'll be fine. We're not fighting... We've decided not to fight with him, and we've got 2 more days before this becomes a serious problem. We're probably gonna lose one or the other of these two in this event. I mean, it is what it is. So, cross your fingers, chat, and hope for the best. Here we go. Cooperation with the Jackals. The Jackals leader now operates in your territory. As exchange, weekly shares rewards. The Jackals will collect protection fees in your territory. We need at least 1 success to gain money. We got 2 successes. We're good. As promised, The jackal thug hands a money sack, shared a city rumor. So we got money and inside information from them. Fantastic. This tiny house allows the gold bird to come and go freely. Shared fate, shared compassion. Occasionally you enter the cage and the bird perches on your hand. If ultimately it could escape the cage, it is willing to share fortune as golden as its wings. We gain another gold die. I have yet to use them. We do have this outspoken prisoner that we could probably sacrifice, actually. The wife prepared a special gift for you. That night, as you lay down to sleep, Maggie gazed at you with a somewhat mischievous expression. Just as you were about to ask her what was going on, you noticed a rare fragrance wafting from your bed, soothing you and reducing your stress significantly. I added some herbs to your pillow, brought from my hometown. It can make people feel better and fall asleep more easily. Her face turned slightly red, and also make you, You understood her implications and wrapped your arms around her slender waist. The herbs are indeed effective. We got another sense of happiness and more passion from our wife. Or for our wife. Passion too. She's a very passionate wife now. You take Abdul's hint. He wants you to kill Murtaz, the prancing fool who dares to claim vengeance against the Sultan. But more pressing is the question, how does he plan to do that? What gave the coward the nerve to rebel? You should find him, see if his newfound courage has any worth, any value you might claim for yourself. When you visit Murtaz's residence again, you find it completely changed. The living room is covered by tapestries of strange totemic embroideries. Lanterns flicker in the sunless room. A neurotic fever gleams in Murtaz's shifty eyes. He does not even notice your arrival, mumbling in prayers that you can barely make out. Words like condemnation and sultan. It seems he has no intent to rebel. This coward has placed all his hopes for revenge on some obscure deity. Yeah, he's summoning demons. How awfully disappointing. Now you are faced with a choice. Will you kill him and report back to the vizier, or spare this poor soul? Poor Murtaz has placed all his hope for revenge in the hands of a cultist deity. Do you decide to kill him and present his head to the vizier, Abdul, as proof? Or let him go on to live his pathetic and laughable life? Perhaps a passing god might actually punish the Sultan. What do we think, chat? Do we kill this man and put him out of his misery? Or do we spare him and let his misery continue, for better or for worse? What do we think, chat? If he succeeds in summoning demons, we're the ones who have to fix the situation. That sounds dangerous. Kill him before he gets dangerous. I mean, it could amount to nothing as well. I'm just curious what chat wants me to do. Please, chat. Let me know. If you're here just to lurk, please know that as much as I urge you to participate with me, it is never anything more than optional, because I love and adore all of my lurkers. You are the lifeblood of a Twitch chat, truly. So as much as I will poke and prod and beg and plead for your attention to me, understand that just being here is all that matters, and I love and adore every one of you. My dearest of dear friends. It could amount to nothing, but can we take that chance? Also, in this game, seriously, amounting to nothing? Ha! You have a very good point, Trav. I appreciate you for that. Let's kill him. This will just solve problems. Let's just be certain of a problem solved. You decide to kill this pathetic person and end the despair and pain he dares not end. Whew. Event, end the pain. If we get a bloodshed card, just saying. People are still coming to our estate, and we will make the monies. Yes, please. Make it the monies. Clink, clink. Coins for us. Another noteworthy event. A poet kept by a nearby clan has been writing satirical poems about you, lady, annoying and persistent like a fly. Do we go into verbal sparring with this poet? Do we duel them to the death? Do we praise them for their satirical poetry, or do we seek the Sultan's help as if it might amuse him? What do we think? Now, we are definitely competent enough to duel this man easily. If we praise him, it will show our generosity. If we verbally spar with him, it could give us more influence, or it might do other things. If we seek the Sultan's help, I mean, what is the Sultan gonna do but laugh in our face? Let's be honest. Thwarted by a single poet, he's going to be either annoyed or amused. The Sultan's mood is the Sultan's mood. The Sultan is likely to make it all worse. Look at what happened last time. How about praising the guy? We might be able to hire him to insult an awful instead. Alright. We can highly praise this man's and be like, yeah, continue, my dude. Let's go. Good job. At least your satirical poems are interesting. Why should we be afraid of you and your constructive criticism in poetic form? Alright. Well, I don't know what that will do, but here we are. The Sultan is still not seen. But the murmured exchanges among colleagues dissolve into holy silence, and flashes of the future flicker before your eyes. But upon deep thought, they remain a blur. We have upgraded an omen, however. Jawwood visits. A noble knocks on your door, smiling ubiquitously. Now covered in gold and dressed in fine attire, it takes you a moment to recognize him as a prisoner you once saved, and he still owes you a reward. Soon, you recall the assassination attempt you faced a few nights ago. Could it be him? For those few gold coins? This ungrateful miser. Maybe freeing him was a mistake. You choose not to kill him. Jawwood pretends to be very grateful for everything you've done and swears to repay you in full. Looking at the grinning fat noble before you, although you still suspect his involvement in the recent assassination attempt a few days before, you need allies, so you warmly invite him to join you, which he gladly accepts. The promised gratitude fee wasn't short, but it wasn't as much as he had boasted about. Yeah, it's still money. Bonnie is still Nabani. During this time, Zaki returned home, as usual, dining with his mother as if nothing had happened. He rarely talked about what he did or what he saw, only the occasional faint clink of the tableware. When silence filled the luxurious mansion, it seemed so hollow and fake. It's time to fill it. That night, after everyone had gone to sleep, Zaki, holding a dagger, quietly pushed open his mother's bedroom door. His mother was asleep, her pale face expressionless. The new dagger was so sharp it made no noise. Her blood gushed out, soaking Zaki's trembling hands like a warm embrace, splattering on his trembling lips like a comforting kiss. "This is for justice," the boy muttered, clutching the weapon tightly, staring at his mother's face, tears uncontrollably streaming down. "Justice, yes, justice. I killed you. Now I carry my own sin." When the tears dried, cold dawn light spread over the two bodies lying close together, their blood mingling into one. Well, we lost them both. Probably should have sent our wife. Dog racing time! Let's see if Luna can give us a win. Easy. Super success. Let's go, Luna! She never fails us. We double our money. You can build a pool for the rare crocodile. It should be deep enough that it can't climb out, and large enough to accommodate its surging growth. It is always hungry. This crocodile will eat anything you throw down. You and Ferris have become good friends, frequently meeting in the small bedding room for dogs, with Luna pampered by two attendants tenderly resting her head on Ferris's lap. Noticing your glances of envy, he laughs, giving you a puppy whistle and teaching techniques to bond with dogs. Interested in raising one yourself? With a puppy, you'll know how wonderful they are. Oh, darling. While rubbing Luna's face, he gives it many kisses. You dread thinking of yourself ending up that way one day. Oh, another book hunt. Alrighty. Well, let's get organized. Puppy whistle. A whistle for training young hounds. Place it in methinks to give a follower an extra equipment slot for equipping a pet. Oh, hell yeah. Magnificent Epic. After reading this poem, you gain +2 wisdom and +2 sociability. That goes in the book section. Omen goes here. We'll leave the puppy whistle up here. We do have Jawwood. He's more wisdom than anything else, but he does have support for the court, so that's good. The outspoken prisoner is back from being useless, or rather being useful elsewhere. We can give our dear wife a pet if we want, or ourself for that matter. Might be helpful to put the stallion in that place if we have the time. We do need to deal with this challenge. We will have to kill this man's. Bronze or stone bloodshed card? Okay. Anyone can kill him, anyone at all. Doesn't matter. Got 3 days to deal with that. Okay. Another book hunt for us all to get us yet another book that we've had before. Actually, I think I'm going to leave it here for today. Let us save the game. Because that's now a thing that we can do. And look at Fate's Ledger. We cannot... these are all the boons that we don't own. And it's not properly tracking our fate points in the menu, which I'm sure will be fixed in the near future. But thank you guys for joining me today. I am Mayrin Althea Tover, aka May, and I stream Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern US time. If that is not your time zone, giving me a follow here or over on Blue Sky will be for the best. If you put on notifications in both or either place, then you'll be notified when I go live, and you won't miss a stream. But even if you do, just know that I'm glad you showed up today at the very least. I do have a YouTube channel where all of my VODs go. So if you'd like to see how we got to this point in Sultan's game, or see the variety of games that I have played in the past, YouTube is the place to be. I don't make any money over there. It's literally how I give back to all of you who support me here on Twitch. So feel free to go check out the playlists. They're all there for ease of finding things and for, you know, just watching things. And if they're not in the correct order, please let me know. But needless to say, they're there for you. You can subscribe to make sure that you always have my YouTube channel on hand, or ring the bell so that you know when today's VOD goes live in case you need to catch up. But either way, it is there for you. Last but not least, I do raid my friends over on Twitch. So let's get this raid message copy pasted. It is quite literally for everybody. And if you would like to spice it up with love, heart, or raid emojis from the communities you are in, feel free to do so. We're just spreading the love here. We're gonna go check out Psycho Phoenix, who always does come lurk in my chat, even though she streams around along the same time that I do. She's currently playing Phasmophobia, probably with friends, possibly with friends. You never know on any given day, but she's fabulous, sassy, lovely, and British, and we love her to bits and pieces. So I hope that you will send her all the love from me and my chat, and check her out as well. Have some fun with her because she's not afraid to sass you back if you come in spicy. But she's also very sweet, very loving, and very fun. In any case, you guys, until tomorrow when I have more fun with Sultan's game and we try to survive this freaking game, I will hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, however much of it is left for you. And if you are in the VODs on YouTube, hi, YouTube. I love you too. But in any case, we raid in 3, 2, 1. Bye, guys.